Hey there, viewers. Today we're going to dive deep into the hidden dangers lurking in your pantry. Make sure you stick around until the end for a step-by-step guide on how to clean out your pantry and suggestions for healthier pantry staples. We've included sources of the information in the video description. Today I want to share something that completely changed the way I look at my pantry: the hidden dangers lurking in everyday foods. You might think your pantry is stocked with wholesome ingredients, but some surprising risks could be hiding in plain sight. I remember the time when I thought I had the healthiest pantry possible. One day, while organizing, I found a can of beans at the back of the shelf. It was slightly bulging, and I realized I had no idea how long it had been there. That got me thinking about other potential risks hiding in my pantry. In this video, we'll explore common pantry staples that may contain harmful additives, allergens, or even expired products that could pose health risks. From canned goods to spices, we'll uncover the potential dangers and provide you with practical tips on how to identify and avoid them. But why is this important? Well, being aware of what's in your pantry is crucial for maintaining your health and well-being. Many people unknowingly consume foods that could trigger allergies or lead to digestive issues. Plus, understanding food labels and expiration dates can help you make informed choices, ensuring that you and your family are eating safe, nutritious meals. Make sure to watch until the end to get a step-by-step guide on how to clean out your pantry and suggestions for healthier pantry staples. This simplified yet helpful approach ensures your pantry is safe and stocked with nutritious options, providing your household with optimal health benefits from your meals. Your pantry is stocked with a variety of foods intended to nourish and delight, but over time, these items can become unsafe due to a variety of hidden dangers. It's essential to understand how food can become compromised and what common contaminants may be lurking in your pantry, posing risks to your health. How food can become unsafe over time. Expiration and spoilage. Expiration dates. Many pantry items have expiration dates indicating the period during which the food is expected to remain safe and at its best quality. Consuming foods past their expiration dates can lead to potential health risks, as they might lose their nutritional value and become susceptible to spoilage. Spoilage. Food spoilage can occur when products are stored improperly or kept for too long. Spoiled foods often develop unpleasant odors, flavors, and textures, indicating they are no longer safe to eat. Spoilage is primarily caused by the growth of microorganisms such as bacteria, molds, and yeasts. I used to overlook expiration dates, thinking, how bad could it be? One day, I opened a can of soup that was well past its date. The smell was enough to make me rethink my entire approach to pantry management. Contaminants. Cross-contamination. Pantry items can become contaminated if they come into contact with bacteria or other harmful microorganisms from other foods, surfaces, or hands. Environmental factors. Heat, humidity, and light can all contribute to the deterioration of food quality. High humidity, for example, can cause dry goods to absorb moisture, leading to mold growth, while heat can accelerate the spoilage of oils and other perishables. I once stored my spices near the stove, thinking it was convenient. Little did I know that the heat from cooking was ruining their quality, making them lose flavor faster. Overview of common contaminants: mold, bacteria, pests, mold. Appearance and growth. Mold can develop on a variety of foods, particularly those stored in damp or humid conditions. It appears as fuzzy, discolored patches and can grow on bread, grains, nuts, and dried fruits. Health risks. Consuming moldy foods can cause allergic reactions and respiratory issues. Certain molds produce mycotoxins, which are toxic compounds that can lead to serious health problems, including liver damage and cancer. Once I found mold on a bag of nuts I had forgotten about in the back of the pantry. It made me realize how easily mold can spread if conditions are right. Bacteria. Sources and growth. Bacteria such as Salmonella, E. coli, and Listeria can contaminate pantry foods through improper handling, cross-contamination, or exposure to unsanitary conditions. Bacterial growth is often invisible and can occur in foods like flour, spices, and dry mixes. Health risks. Ingesting bacteria-contaminated foods can cause foodborne illnesses, characterized by symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal cramps, and fever. In severe cases, these infections can be life-threatening. There was a time when I made cookies using old flour. The next day, I experienced terrible stomach cramps, and it made me realize how easily bacteria can contaminate even seemingly safe foods. Pests. Types of pests. Common pantry pests include insects such as weevils, moths, and ants, as well as rodents like mice and rats. These pests are attracted to stored foods and can infest grains, cereals, nuts, and other dry goods. Contamination and damage. Pests can chew through packaging, contaminate food with droppings, saliva, and urine, and cause physical damage to food products. Infested foods may contain insect parts, webbing, or excrement. Health risks. Consuming food contaminated by pests can lead to gastrointestinal distress and exposure to pathogens carried by these pests. Rodent droppings, in particular, can transmit diseases such as hantavirus and salmonella. I once discovered a mouse nest in the back of my pantry. The damage they caused and the contamination risks made me rethink how I stored my food. Top foods to avoid: canned goods. The hidden hazards. Canned goods are a staple in many kitchens, offering convenience and long shelf life. However, they come with hidden hazards that you need to be aware of. One of the most serious risks associated with canned foods is botulism, a rare but potentially fatal illness caused by toxins produced by the bacteria Clostridium botulinum. This bacteria can thrive in improperly stored or damaged cans, leading to severe health consequences. When inspecting your canned goods, pay close attention to any signs of damage. Cans that are dented, rusted, or bulging should be treated with caution. A dent can compromise the seal, allowing bacteria to enter, while rust can indicate that the can has been exposed to moisture, increasing the risk of contamination. If you notice any of these issues, it's best to err on the side of caution and discard the can. Before using any canned item, make it a habit to inspect the can thoroughly. Look for any signs of spoilage, such as leaks or unusual odors when you open it. Additionally, proper storage practices are crucial for maintaining the safety of your canned goods. Store them in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight, and avoid stacking them too high to prevent crushing. By being vigilant about the condition of your canned goods and following safe storage practices, you can enjoy the convenience of canned foods without compromising your health. Remember, a little inspection goes a long way in keeping your meals safe and delicious. Spices, the silent dangers. Spices are the secret ingredients that elevate our dishes, adding flavor and aroma to our meals. However, many of us overlook the risks associated with using expired or improperly stored spices. Over time, spices can lose their potency and flavor, leaving your dishes bland and unappetizing. Imagine reaching for that jar of oregano only to find it has lost its vibrant aroma. What a disappointment. But the dangers don't stop there. Expired spices can also become a breeding ground for mold, especially if they've been stored in damp conditions. Moisture can seep into spice containers, creating an environment where mold can thrive. Consuming moldy spices can lead to health issues, including allergic reactions and digestive problems. To keep your spices fresh and safe, it's essential to store them properly. Always keep spices in a cool, dry place, away from direct sunlight and heat sources like stoves or ovens. Airtight containers are a must. They help prevent moisture from getting in and keep your spices flavorful for longer. Additionally, make it a habit to check expiration dates and regularly assess your spice collection. If you notice any signs of spoilage, such as clumping, discoloration, or an off smell, it's best to discard them. By being mindful of how you store your spices, you can ensure that they remain potent and safe to use. So, take a moment to evaluate your spice cabinet today Your taste buds will thank you for it. Make sure to watch until the end for a step-by-step guide on cleaning out your pantry and getting healthier pantry staples. Grains and pasta, beware of pests. When it comes to pantry staples, grains and pasta are essential for countless meals. However, improper storage can lead to a hidden menace: pests. One of the most common culprits is the weevil, a tiny insect that can infest grains and pasta, turning your pantry into a breeding ground for unwanted guests. These pests can lay eggs in your food, and before you know it, you might be cooking up a meal with some uninvited protein. To prevent these infestations, it's crucial to store your grains and pasta properly. First, always keep them in airtight containers. Glass jars or plastic bins with tight-fitting lids are excellent choices, as they not only keep pests out, but also help maintain freshness. Avoid leaving grains and pasta in their original packaging, as these are often not pest-proof. Additionally, regularly cleaning your pantry shelves is essential. Make it a habit to wipe down surfaces and check for any signs of pests or spilled food. If you notice any signs of infestation, such as tiny holes in packaging or webbing, it's time to take action. Dispose of any affected items immediately and thoroughly clean the area to eliminate any lingering eggs or larvae. By being proactive about storage and cleanliness, you can protect your grains and pasta from pests and ensure that your pantry remains a safe and healthy space. Remember, a little vigilance goes a long way in keeping your food fresh and pest-free. So, take a moment to check your pantry today. You'll be glad you did. Baking supplies, the overlooked risks. When it comes to baking, we often focus on the recipe and technique, but what about the ingredients? Old baking supplies like flour and baking powder can pose significant risks that many of us overlook. For instance, flour can develop pests such as weevils if stored improperly or kept for too long. These tiny insects can lay eggs in your flour, leading to an unpleasant surprise when you reach for that bag to make cookies. Additionally, flour can become rancid over time, especially if it's not stored in a cool, dry place. Rancid flour not only affects the taste of your baked goods, but can also lead to digestive issues. Baking powder is another ingredient that deserves your attention. Unlike flour, baking powder has a shelf life and can lose its potency over time. Using expired baking powder can result in flat, dense baked goods that fail to rise. To ensure your baking powder is still effective, perform a simple freshness test. Mix a teaspoon of baking powder with hot water. If it bubbles vigorously, it's still good to use. If not, it's time to replace it. To keep your baking supplies fresh and safe, proper storage is key. Store flour and baking powder in airtight containers to protect them from moisture and pests. Keep them in a cool, dark place, away from heat sources. Regularly check expiration dates and inspect for any signs of spoilage. By taking these precautions, you can ensure that your baking supplies are always ready to help you create delicious treats. Step-by-step guide to cleaning out the pantry. Empty your pantry. Remove all items from your pantry shelves. Place everything on a large table or counter to get a full view of your pantry contents. Check expiration dates. Discard any items that are expired or have been open for too long. Pay special attention to perishable items, canned goods, and spices. Inspect for damage. Look for signs of damage or spoilage, such as rust on cans, broken seals, or mold on dry goods. Dispose of any damaged or compromised items to prevent contamination. Identify unhealthy foods. Make a list of foods that are high in unhealthy fats, sugars, artificial additives, and preservatives. Remove processed snacks, sugary cereals, and items with long ingredient lists full of chemicals. Clean the shelves. Wipe down pantry shelves with a mixture of water and mild detergent. Dry the shelves thoroughly before placing any items back. Tips for organizing and storing food safely. Use clear containers. Store dry goods like grains, cereals, and pasta in clear, airtight containers. This keeps food fresh longer and makes it easier to see what you have. Label everything. Label containers with the contents and the date they were stored. Use removable labels for easy updates. Group similar items. Organize pantry items by category, such as baking supplies, snacks, and canned goods. This makes it easier to find items and reduces the risk of items getting lost and expiring. Practice first in, first out, FIFO. Place newer items behind older ones to ensure you use older items first. This helps prevent waste and keeps your pantry stocked with fresh items. Maintain a regular cleaning schedule. Schedule regular checks and cleanings, such as once a month, to keep your pantry in good condition. Quickly address spills and expired items to maintain a clean and safe environment. Importance of regular checks and maintenance prevent foodborne illness. Regularly checking for expired or spoiled food helps prevent the risk of foodborne illnesses. Reduce waste. Keeping an organized pantry helps you avoid buying duplicates and wasting food. Enhance nutrition. Regular maintenance ensures that you have a stock of healthy, fresh foods available at all times. Suggestions for healthier pantry staples. Whole grains. Replace white rice with brown rice, quinoa, or barley. Choose whole grain pasta and bread over refined versions. Natural sweeteners. Swap refined sugar for natural sweeteners like honey, maple syrup, or stevia. Use fruits like dates and bananas to sweeten baked goods naturally. Healthy oils. Use olive oil, coconut oil, or avocado oil instead of hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated oils. Store oils in a cool, dark place to maintain their quality. Nutritious snacks. Replace processed snacks with nuts, seeds, dried fruit, and whole grain crackers. Choose snacks with simple, whole food ingredients. Low sodium options. Opt for low sodium versions of canned goods like beans and vegetables. Rinse canned items under water to reduce sodium content. How to replace dangerous foods with safer options. Sugary cereals. Replace with high fiber, low sugar cereals or homemade granola. Add fresh fruit for natural sweetness. Processed canned soups. Swap with homemade soups made from fresh ingredients. Freeze portions for convenience. Refined flours. Use whole grain flours like whole wheat, almond flour, or oat flour. Experiment with different flours to find your favorite for baking and cooking. Artificially flavored and colored snacks. Choose snacks with natural ingredients and no artificial additives. Make homemade versions of your favorite snacks. Hydrogenated oils. Use healthy fats like butter, ghee, or unrefined coconut oil for cooking. Avoid products with trans fats and hydrogenated oils listed in the ingredients. By following these steps and incorporating healthier alternatives, you can transform your pantry into a safe and nourishing space, supporting better health and well-being for you and your family. Regular maintenance and mindful choices will keep hidden dangers at bay and promote a healthier lifestyle. I decided to clean out my pantry using this step-by-step guide, removing processed foods high in sugar, unhealthy fats, and artificial additives. I replaced these with healthier staples like whole grains, legumes, nuts, seeds, and low-sodium canned goods. Substituting white rice with quinoa and brown rice, and refined pasta with whole grain or lentil pasta, along with a variety of dried herbs and spices, made a significant difference. This transformation made meal preparation safer and healthier for me and my family. With a pantry full of nutritious options, it was easier to prepare balanced meals that supported our gut health. The improved variety and quality of our food choices led to better digestion, increased energy levels, and overall well-being, helping us gain and maintain optimal gut health while enjoying delicious, wholesome meals together. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos on gut health and wellness and much more. Check out this related video, and I'll see you in the next one.